Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Pizza Motorcast. This your host, Dave. We're going all the way to Texas to talk to Diesel Dragster driver John Robinson. How you doing, John?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. The weather's nice out here in Illinois today. We're at 64 degrees right now. How's the weather out in Texas?
Well, actually, I'm sitting at a friend's house that my wife just helped them buy, and it's one of the most beautiful pieces of property on Lake Weatherford. So we're sitting here having a few iced teas and some water and some other things, and just enjoying a Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
So how's your schedule looking for 2021 with the Diesel Dragster?
We're going to do just 7 this year. Normally we'll do 10 to 12. But we've lost our sponsorship there in the power service side of things due to COVID. Just like it's a sacrifice that many have had to make. Mine's just a minor deal. You know, people have went through a lot of bad things with this COVID thing. And our racing program was just another thing that was on the hit list of things that came from COVID. But however, we did land on our feet, and we found some other avenues to get some money to get out there and keep racing.
So what sponsors do you have left now?
Well, we got a new one. We've first off, I want to say that our time of power service, God, what a ride that was, and how thankful we are for those people, you know, and what all they've done for us, and what they, not just us, but what they've done for Diesel Motorsports, and how they, the things that they did to help us, helped many in the grand scheme of things, so, but yeah, we love power service still. In fact, the vice president of power service will be at this first race with us under our new badging and our new sponsorship. The vice president of power service be there with us. We're all still friends. It's just business sometimes, as it goes. But the new sponsor that we're very excited about, and we're actually seeing, I see some great fits here. It's a company called Stud RX. They'll actually kick it off in mid-April. All right, and Stud RX is it's a chain of pharmacies out of Arkansas there, and since sildenafil, how do you say that? Sildenafil is now not patented. They're going to build a hot rod brand of Viagra. When I mean hot rod brand, I mean hot rod brand. This isn't your average Viagra pill.
Right.
This has got the good stuff, okay? If it didn't, I wouldn't be dealing with it. And I happen to be 4 years old, and that ain't all bad. I kind of like the stuff. It's good for stuff. And actually, since we started using it, my wife shows up now every day at the front door when I get off from hard day work with my slippers and my pipe. And she's usually vacuuming the house in her bikini and twirling her hair.
Oh, no.
But anyway, it's it's good stuff. It really is. And so that's what we're going to be promoting. And it's going to be, they're excited. Of course, we're excited, and I see a good fit here. In the demographics of drag racing, come on, let's face it. When you're drag racing, most of those old guys over there are over 40. And let's face it, guys over 40, well, the younger crowd, a bunch of them don't have the money or the work ethic to do this drag racing stuff. And but the older guys that are still out there that do, and we think we do have we can damn sure make their wives happy. I don't know about the rest of them, but
yeah,
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's where we're going now. But in the grand scheme of things, we're very prepared. Next weekend will be our first hits. We'll be leaving Thursday to get parked up at the Funny Car Chaos there in Ennis. And once we get parked up, we're going to make another little video thing to kind of let everybody know, hey, we loved our time with fire service, and we're moving on. And now it's all about Stud RX.
Now, at that first Funny Car Chaos, will you be matching with Ray Kelly?
Yes, we have. We beat Ray a few times. I think Ray's beat me more than I beat him, but I've screwed up a few times in his presence there. I don't know, that big noisy dragster over there in the other lane, I can't hear my shit over there. Man, he's over there popping and farting and smoking, and damn, I can't even hear my hot rod when his is fired up.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of deck in there. It's intimidating to race him because there's a big fireball blowing out the back of his motor, But we love Ray Kelly. He's a great guy and always a good sportsman, in everything that he does. And anyway, it's a good drag race. Now, thankfully we're racing 8th mile on this particular race, and we've got a chance with Ray Kelly. But if we had a 1/4 mile drag race, Ray Kelly'd eat our lunch every time. But you know how jets work. They just never quit pulling. But
when you're racing Ray, you don't want to see the fire in front of you.
Oh, hell no. Not good, especially because when you're in your lane. But no, we love Ray. Like I said, we've raced him 5 or 6 times now. Beat him a few times. He's beat us a few times. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's a good drag race. And that's what we're doing.
So you'll be matching with him 3 times in Ennis?
Yes. We'll be making 2 passes on Friday. First pass will be around 6:30, 7 o'clock. You can't really predict it too much because of oil downs and stuff. But 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and then maybe around 11:30, we'll make our final pass. But however, for Friday. But however, our final pass on Saturday, there's going to be a fireworks show that Andy Carter is putting on there at the Motorplex, and they're going to be fireworks, all kinds of cool shit going on right now. It's going to be great. There'll be fireworks chasing us down the track as we go. Live bands. It's going to be a great show. Really is.
So last year now with the COVID, how was your racing schedule last year?
It went kaput. Absolutely went kaput. We ran in March and April some, and then by the time May went around, they'd canceled a few of our races and things like that. So, and I was pretty proactive on the COVID fear thing. Yes, that's the right words to use, but I didn't want to catch it either. And so we kind of just laid low a little bit. I had a mom that had just lost to cancer, and I just didn't feel like it was the time to be out traipsing around, maybe dragging something back to her that she didn't need at that time. So we just kind of coasted a little bit. But our fangs are hanging out now. We're back to the corner. We're pissed, and our ears are pinned back, and we're coming to win this.
Yeah, I was just reading earlier today that we lost the drag race track. They closed down. COVID finally got to them. They shut down Osceola Dragway in Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're dropping like flies. We just lost down here in Texas. Here we lost our North Star Dragway last year, right kind of at the beginning with all this, and that's sad. I think a lot of that has to do with the demographics of our younger people here. I mean, we just don't have enough good, young, hungry kids that just want to work this hard and do all of this. It's a changing world for sure.
Yeah, they opened in 1957.
Oh, that's sad. That's pretty sad.
Yep.
Very sad. But a lot of time on these drag strips, the real estate gets to be worth more than what the drag strip could ever produce financially. It's happened many times. Just the land itself overwhelms the price of what they could ever make. And I get that too, things change, but yeah, I'm telling you, as an overall program, I think we're as prepared this year as we've been in the past 2 or 3 years. We got a very fresh engine that we just got back. We got a dyno sheet on it at 2,750 horsepower. On kill, we're capable of 3,000. We've done it. However, it's expensive to run at that 3,000 range. It hurts itself from time to time. And, and the COVID thing and all that, yeah, we're just going to race smart. Bumper to 2,750 and focus more on the short game. I think that maybe with that a little bit lower horsepower, change some clutch settings and whatnot, we'll probably get there just fine. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get into drag racing?
Well, that's a long story. I actually was never supposed to drag race. I was building some hot rod diesels here and there, and a guy named King Lawson got in contact with me and wanted to build a joint venture. I had never been to a drag race at this point. And I was going to build the motor and buy the chassis, and then he was going to build some other stuff and all that. Well, the partnership never really fully functioned, but I had already started building this motor, and I had this dang car. And so I went ahead and finished the project, and I was just going to sell it. I was roping at the time. I was a cowboy, and still am a little bit, but team roping was what I was into at that time. And, this car thing came along, and it kind of went kaput, but, oh well, you just got to make the best of it, right?
Yep.
And we put this old heap together and went to the drag strip just to make it go down the track so I could sell it. And that was the first time I ever crawled in a car. I didn't even have a fire suit or a helmet. We had to go send a guy. I had to give a guy $100 to send him down to Walmart to go get a helmet because we knew we needed one of those. We didn't know shit. We were so stupid. And but that's where we started. And God, just being hard-headed is a great asset in this drag racing business. That's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how we got started, and just worked it up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time, but I've told my wife Shauna, I said the thing about this drag racing stuff, it does not make financial sense. Hell no, it doesn't. Any smart person looking at this business model would look at it and say, this is stupid. Okay, I'll give you that. Maybe it is a little bit. However, I look at the car, that's just an epicenter. That's a bucket of bolts that anybody could build, okay, with enough money or enough gumption. But then all of the times that we've had and all the friends that we've made and all the things that we've seen and all the things that we've learned along that journey, that's why you do it. You don't do it to go fast. And me, anyway, I do it for the people. I do it for the folks that I'm around. I do it for the relationships that it builds. Cars are relationship tool, if that helps any. Well, look at it. It's a reason to go be around good people. And as far as the NHRA is concerned, there's a hell of a lot of good, smart people. Put it this way. If you take an NHRA level or a racetrack, okay, that's usually about 50, 100 acre pasture, okay, with all the rigs parked in there and all the stuff going on around there. You take that, and there's a hell of a lot of good, smart people in that compressed area, okay?
Yeah.
At a given point in time. got your couple scoundrels here and there, but that's all right. We'll get around them. We pick them up, be mean to them.
Yeah.
The drama of it all,
So you pretty excited about next weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I damn sure am. I've got my hot rod prepared. I've got 2 sets of fresh new tires, 2 different sizes. I've got clutch all fresh, got a fresh motor, and I'm as prepared as I've ever been. I am, however, a little rusty. Friday at about 10 o'clock, we're going to start making some test passes and see if I can not screw anything up. We'll get in there and make a few passes and hopefully go.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an event with 69 funny cars.
Is it to 69 now? No shit.
Yeah, that's what Chris told me. They're at 69 now.
I can't recall. I mean, you may know more about this than I do, but the last time that 69 funny cars were put together in one pasture, I don't know when that is, but that's quite a feat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You going?
No, unfortunately, I won't be there.
Well, for Pete's sake, you need to get a plane ticket and get down here. It's been a big dadgum deal. Andy Carter and Chris Graves have done an amazing job, both of them have, they've worked together on this one, but I'm going to really give a hats off to Andy Carter. To Chris Graves. Andy Carter's done a great job with this event, but he couldn't do it without Chris Graves. And Chris couldn't do it without Andy either. And, the alliance they built here is wonderful, but Chris Graves has stepped up and kind of built this thing up, and he's a racer's racer, Chris Graves, forgive me for saying this, but he's junkyard dog, and he's hungry, and he wants to do proactive things, and that's what it takes, The kid wasn't born with a bunch of money in his pocket, and very proud of him to see how he's made it work, And he's put together some really, really nice races, and he's made it fun again. He's taken he's found a nice balance between NHRA big show stuff and the older nostalgia stuff from the 70s, and put together something that works for working people that don't want to spend their college funds on a stupid ass race car sometimes, They're just out there to have fun. And the whole entire events show it. When the people get there, everybody is just having a hell of a lot of fun. And that's why we do this, isn't it?
Yep.
Damn sure not doing it to get rich, last time I checked.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of these big show guys coming out to play with the funny car chaos.
Yes, yeah. Tim Wilkerson's going to be there. Worsham's going to be there. Scott Palmer's going to be there. The Ferris boys are going to be there. Ferris is going to make a shot at the world record in the quarter mile for a natural altered, and that kind of triggered up Tim Wilkerson, and so he's going to put a hot rod together too and come play. And the word on the street is that Kinsley's going to be driving. I know he will. He'll be driving the War Wagon, and they're going to make one pass because they never ran that car the full quarter mile. The War Wagon, it does own the 8-mile record, but they've never ran it a full quarter mile. And they're going to make one pass by themselves and make sure the dadgum thing goes straight all the way to the end before they compromise somebody else's life in the other way. And then once we're good to go there, they're going to go head-to-head with Wilkerson, is what I'm hearing. I've only talked to the Ferris boys, but it's going to be a hell of a event. Really is.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be going to be a lot of people gunning for, Kenny Singleton this year.
Oh, yeah. Singleton's coming to play, too. And there's just no telling who will win this thing. But like just about every drag race, it'll boil down. Of course, some luck does have to come along. You got to get a little bit of luck somewhere along the weekend on every national or every big race that you win. However, it's like anything else. The people that work hardest and prepare enough, prepare the most, they're going to win. And if not, they'll win the next one. They might have had some bad luck along the way, but outworking them and persistence will trump money eventually.
Yeah, you got the Dry Hop King Jordan Ballou with his brand new funny car.
There? What?
Yeah.
Say again?
No, I said he got the Dry Hop King Jordan Ballou coming out with his new funny car.
Oh, yeah. That dry hop stuff, I don't understand it. It was before my time. But it's fun to watch, and I can't imagine how they keep from breaking shit, but it works. Yeah. I think if I've dry hopped a couple of times and I've snapped shit in my car. Different torque level.
That's what the fans like. The fans like to see that old funny car dry hopping and long smoky burnouts, man.
Yes, they do. And that's another beauty of what Chris Graves is doing. He's allowing that stuff, and he's promoting that. And he's also, these old fire burnouts and stuff, putting gas in the ground and doing burnouts over them. He's allowing that as well. And that's cool stuff. And his pit parties aren't bad either. He's got 2 live bands that are playing, so they're absolutely amazing. But, all in all, the ability for... That's all fun and games and stuff, but honestly, our race team, we are super excited to have StudRx. Somebody come along there that just kind of, I'm not going to say fell into our lap, but timing is everything. And, to have them on board, and us, we're a pretty experienced team, and we know how to market. And that is our job, is to make sure that they see a return on their investment. And the only companies that we ever work for are people that we believe in their products. And we definitely believe in this product, and they're good people that own it too, by the way. And that never hurts to know that. I don't think I would ever race underneath a flag of a product that I didn't fully have confidence in. We all have money, but we're not that cheap. Got to be something good.
So now, John, what year did you start diesel racing?
Oh, I think it was about 6. Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
That used to have a funny car?
Mm-hmm. Built a dragster at first. It was a pathetic car. It was not a very good car. And we didn't know that we even wanted to do this. We just kind of threw a motor in a chassis and started playing around with it. We didn't have any big funding and not a lot of money, and just went out and had a good time. I'll call it a barbecue car. Just kind of go make a pass, come back, check the chicken on the grill, and then check there on the tires for safety purposes, and fuel it back up and go again. And then we merged into the funny car, kind of took it to another level. And the funny car deal, it eventually, we left that. Simply, we were taking a shot at the record, and the funny car wasn't going to get it. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So anyhow, anything else you need to know? I mean, heck, we're talking ready. This team is, we got 6 guys on this team. Everybody's been all COVID'd up and laid up and tired of hanging around the house, and we're fixed to come to town.
Well, let's talk about the crew members. Who are they? Give me names.
Corey Randall. He's he's one of the originals. I've got about 4 or 5 that are the OG members of this team. Corey Randall's one of them. Blake Berry, David Duran, Johnny Dickey. We've got a few new ones. Sawyer Finch has been on with us a long time. And, our crew is all volunteer. They're all great folks. They're all very successful people in life and businesses. But we all kind of get together as junkyard dogs and we go drag racing. And everybody has different skill sets and different professions, but we all come together for a common goal, and that is around the car and to make it faster. And you need a diversified group of guys around you, and that's what we have. But more importantly, they're a very, very good, friendly bunch of guys as well. They work well together, and nobody's ever pissy or mad. Or, we've got no drama in our pits. We deal with our successes in a beautiful way, but when we're having a bad day, we all get along too. It's just business. But we keep it light and we keep it fun.
Now, how about your wife, Shauna? Does she have any part of the Dragster?
Oh, absolutely. Shauna's from England, and she had never been to a drag race until I took her to one a few years ago. She didn't know what any of this stuff was. And let me tell you, she's dynamic. She loves people. That's her first love. She's a real estate agent that is a very good one. She's been in real estate for 30 years, and she has the ability to juggle chainsaws and real estate deals that I've seen her pull off that are like, wow, how on earth you do that? But she's done it over and over and over again. She's just very good with people, and that is a huge asset in the drag racing business. Shauna is kind of like Camp Mom around there. If you're hungry, it's 11 o'clock at night, you got grease all over you because you've been dropping the transmission. You're not having a good day. You can come over to our pits and Shauna will stop what she's doing and go cook or something, and make sure you're okay. So, Shauna absolutely loves drag racing and sees the value in it. It's hard to see any value in it when you got this money blowing, you're bleeding money everywhere, hemorrhaging it. From time to time, sometimes you are, but she sees the big picture and sees all the good that comes from it. There is some bad, financially, it's not a smart thing to do. It's just not. However, if you play your cards right, you can get on the other side of it, Set up some relationships and things. Some good things can come from it.
So now, what's the fastest run time you made with this diesel dragster, John?
The fastest been 410 at 182. We did that last year in Lufkin. And that set the record back then when we ran that. However, we lost the record here recently to Levon Miller, who just did a 399 at Lights Out. And hats off to them boys there. We can give ass whoopings, but you got to learn to take one before you can give it. And the Miller boys just put it to us. And okie doke, good for them. But that doesn't mean I like it. I like the Miller boys, loved them forever. But don't think that we're not going to be done for.
Now what?
All I want to gate now.
Now, what do you enjoy most about being a drag racer?
Oh, hell, I don't know. I guess I enjoy the people of drag racing. Of course I love the competitiveness, and of course I love the technicality of trying to make your hot rod better and all that. That's a whole other thing. But I honestly and truly love the people of drag racing. They're good, hard-working folks. And they are. I mean, if you're not if you're not a hard-working, hard-ass that loves to work, you're not going to drag race. You got no business doing that shit. You need to be over there playing Nintendo somewhere. But if you really want to be a badass and want to work and try to come together in a common goal, drag racing is what you need to be doing. Even more so than rodeo. Hell fire, if you're a team roper, you're still, you don't have a team, okay? You got you and that one guy, and, it's you go against the world, but drag racing's much bigger. And that's what we like about it.
So what do you hate about drag racing besides the money being spent?
Oh, okay. Hate about it. I don't think there's anything I hate about drag racing. There's really nothing I hate about drag racing. It is what it is. If you like it, come to it. If you don't, go somewhere else. And I've never hated drag racing at all. Now, some of the associations and the bodies and things like that, of course, nobody's going to ever be happy with everything that goes on with every association, and that's fine. And you'll never hear me whine or bitch about it, because it doesn't matter unless you have a positive bring to the table or a solution, then you need to keep your mouth shut. And as far as being a drag racing promoter, I want nothing to do with that. So I just show up and I'll be happy. And if the things like that don't bother me, it is what it is. Bitching a ruckus or throwing a fit about things like that gets you nowhere. So we just roll with the flow. And if we don't like something an association's doing, we just don't do that anymore. We go somewhere else.
All right, now if you could have the fans that come on watch you race remember one thing about you, John, what would you want that one thing to be that they remember about you?
I don't know. Just a good ambassador of the sport. I think is what I would like to be thought of mostly. We've had our fair share of winnings. We've had our fair share of losses. We can take an ass whooping just as much as we can give one. But I like to think that we're just our whole entire crew and team is well thought of, and we're always there to help our fellow man, and we try to do the right thing no matter who's watching. I think that would be just a good fair square racer. We just want to get up there and compete and enjoy people. I think that would be probably something that we want to be remembered for, The girl will do the talking, you can, we don't get too much into internet chatter and a lot of ratchet jawing bullshit, just shut your mouth, get your car prepared, and get it up to the line, and then let's just see, okay? And then we'll shake hands at the end down there, regardless of how it works out, so
yeah,
that's the kind of we are. So, well, I think that's the way that we're perceived for the most part. Mm-hmm.
So now, after all the years of racing, now what still keeps that passion going?
Oh yeah, my passion's still there for sure.
What keeps
what you're asking?
What keeps that passion going?
Oh, it's a part of my being. It's part of who I am. It absolutely is. I cannot see myself not drag racing because it's morphed into who John Robinson is. Absolutely is. And I'm just a small spoke in the wheel of the drag racing world. In the diesel side of things, but we're a spoke in a wheel of a big wheel, and we want to be a part of it and do good things. Yeah.
Now, were there any drag racers that inspired you?
Oh, absolutely. I would say, locally here, Kevin Kinsley and some of these local guys there that know everything, when we knew nothing. And in fact, a guy named Mark Conyers that used to work for me, he was a crew guy for John Force, and he's worked for the Pedregons, he's worked for Tunnel. He was a professional crew guy for 30 years. And one day he walked into my shop and wanted to go to work for us, and not a drag racing capacity, just in diesel repair. And I hired him. And I think that guy had more to do with keeping us on track. He was a very, very seasoned drag racer when we were not. And he showed us the ropes. Hell, he showed us all kinds of little things. So you got to have pivotal people like that to help you along. And I would say Mark Conyers was probably one of those that had the most to do with, bringing us, he had a lot to do with keeping getting our dumbasses killed there in the early days. Oh, Lordy, we were terrible. And, we had some oversight from people like him that we greatly appreciate.
So how was your first time experience going on a drag race track in a diesel car?
Pretty uneventful. It was pathetically slow. However, my first trip in a funny car was damn sure exciting. I thought the damn thing was falling apart. I'd never been in a funny car before, nor had anybody around me. And we put this thing together, and I crawl off in it, and off we go. And holy hell, by the time I got to the end of the track, I was quite certain that something was falling off. And I got down to the end, and my guys came there and picked me up, and I was like, shit. I was falling off of this damn thing. I said, my God, it was violent. There was noises and shakes and smells and all sorts of things going on. So we get back and we check it out, and all looked okay, So okay, get back in the damn thing, go again. And that's just the way funny cars are, from where you're sitting behind the motor and the body's banging and clanging around there. Those tires are right there at your shoulders, and they're all wadding up, shaking and wobbling. And it's just a different thing driving a funny car, and it takes a pass or two to get used to the sounds and smells that are going on in there. But it'll probably be my most surprising ride.
So how was the first time driving a diesel dragster?
Yeah, much different car to drive. There's a lot more going on in that cockpit there than there are in most situations. We've got to spool it up, of course, stage it. The only way to get it spooled up is load the clutch. There's a definite procedure that's more complex than an alcohol car or a nitro car for sure. When staging the car, basically push the clutch in, bring the RPMs up to about 5,200, turn the top bulb on, and then grab all the brakes that you can possibly get. We're running carbon fiber brakes, so we have to grab the carbon fiber brakes during the burnout to get some heat into them so they'll hold. But basically, we cage the thing up once the top bulb's on. We'll be watching the boost gauge, we'll be watching the RPM gauge, and then watching the light. And when the first bulb comes on, grab all the brakes you can, load the motor with clutch, and drag yourself into the second bulb, watching the boost, and we try to leave with a boost of around 75 to 80. And then try to hold it there until the light goes green. And there's a lot going on there. It's much harder to drive than it's similar to an alcohol funny car, but harder because we've got to build a lot of boost before we drop the clutch.
Now, do you prefer quarter mile or eighth mile racing?
Eighth mile. doesn't cost as much and it doesn't blow up as much. I mean, every time we've ever hurt this car really bad, it's always been the last 600 feet of the run. I mean, things are getting a lot of pressures. We're running 155 pounds of boost, and it's just a whole lot more wear and tear on everything down there at the quarter.
Now, do you have a favorite track to race on, John?
I would say Ennis. That's probably our favorite. You know, it's our home track. But, yeah, and it's always prepped really well. So, yeah, absolutely our favorite track is Ennis.
No.
We've been to a bunch of them in the country, and I don't know. Yeah.
So where do you get your fire safety equipment from?
Simpson. Alan Bridges. Very personable guy. Alan takes care of most everybody in the NHRA. Alan is the type of guy that you can, you know, he's busy a lot, but you can shoot him a text of what you need, and he will get back to you. And that's, you know, that's huge. He's a personable person. He takes care of you. They've got great equipment. It's the best equipment in the business. And couple that with the fact that, you know, the man will communicate, and they always call you back. So he's our guy.
Now, as far as the sport of drag racing goes, John, do you have anything on a bucket list that you would, you know, love to try one day in drag racing?
Absolutely. I would love to get the quarter-mile record in my hip pocket. We took a few swings at it last year, had a little bad luck here and there. We had the power to do it. We had the car to do it. Just didn't get it done. And so therefore, you don't get it. You know, this isn't something that's easy to do. If it was, a lot of people would be doing it, you know. So I doubt we will swing for it much this year. We're going to run more 8 mile. But, yeah, I'd like to get that in my hip pocket one day.
Now, if people are listening to an interview and they're interested to come out and see you run that diesel dragster, what's the best way for them to find out where you're going to be at?
My Facebook page, John Robinson, the Stud RX page, we'll be having that up in a few weeks. But just good old John Robinson Racing out of Weatherford, Texas. There, go there, and I post some of that up. I'll post where we're going. We're going to do mostly Funny Car Chaos events, and we'll do 2 NHRA events. We will be doing the NHRA National in Denver this year. That's a good race for us. We qualify very well there. The altitude doesn't affect this diesel as much as it does my competitors. We qualified number 10 there last year, which is very good for us. You take us to Houston and we'll qualify number 32 if we're lucky. So we like Denver. We lose a lot of power up there, but we don't lose as much as our fellow people do. And that's the beauty of turbocharging. It's not that we're any smarter than anybody. It's just because our car fits that genre a little better, you know.
Awesome. Well, John, I want to thank you very much for taking time to do this interview today.
You bet.
Any final words?
Well, sir, just tell everybody we love everybody, and you know, the fans that we have, thank y'all for sticking with us. And here again, I want to reiterate the excitement of our new sponsor that's coming on. The owners will be at this next race, and they're very excited about the new things that we're fixing to do. And I also want to say a thank you to Power Service for all the years and all the miles that we've traveled with them. You know, they've been wonderful people to deal with. And, you know, we love our new people, but we love our old people too. You know? So, yeah, that's where we're at.
And if anyone comes out to the track to see John race, make sure you go to the pits and say hello.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, we are